Hello and welcome to our 007 Listening Skills Vocab Test 2. Please make sure you have this document in front of you, but not just this one, also the reading test. So we're going to do our listening vocab test and our reading vocab test within this same class. So please have both of them in front of you. We're going to start with the listening skills vocabulary. As usual, this is a test, so please make sure that we don't have any dictionaries. Make sure that you do not have your definition sheet in front of you. I want you to put that away. There's no point in me doing these tests or giving the vocabulary if you're going to cheat. And the only reason I've given you this information is to hopefully get you better marks in your listening test as well as your reading test. So it can make a really big difference on your GPA. Completely up to you though, whether you're going to do the right thing. At the end of this class, so once we've finished both of the tests, I would like you to send me what your outcome was for each of them. So one of them will be out of 17 and the other will be out of 15. As usual, I'm going to go through the questions with you. You will answer them and then you will swap with your classmate and we'll go through the answers. Then we will move on to the reading test and do the same thing. So let's begin. First, find the correct word. And again, this is listening. So you need to be confident in hearing the word as well. So make sure you listen out for the words. Carcinogens, NGO, DNA, liver, tobacco, lung. So I want you to choose the correct word and fill out the blank space. Greenpeace and the World Wildlife Foundation are examples of. Two types of cancer are and a plant that you can smoke, a molecule containing your genetic code is known as your salted fish and alcohol are known to be dangerous. So you can get a mark out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for that. Let's move to match the word with the definition. The words are invested, invested, diversify, diversify, comprehensive, comprehensive, relocation, relocation, thriving, thriving, and proposal, proposal. These definitions are directly from an online English dictionary. To move from one place to another. Prosperous and growing, getting better, doing well. Enlarge or vary the range of products or the field of operation of something. A plan or suggestion. Including or dealing with all or nearly all elements or aspects of something. Provide or endow someone with or something with a particular quantity or attribute. And finally, complete the word close. Pollution, genomes, genetics, diagnosed, infections. So, the of cancer cells can change a person's DNA. Cancer can be caused by external factors such as, or internal factors such as. Fortunately, with advances in DNA testing, individuals can get an early that reduces the risk of death by cancer. Cancer treatment, though, can have a negative impact on your immune system, and so you might get more. I'm now going to give you 1 minute to finish that off, and I've changed my mind. We're going to move straight into the reading test. So finish the answers for this 1 minute and then swap over to the reading test We're going to go through the questions and then we'll do all of the answers together. Make sure you're not speaking to one another. As usual, this is a test. Got 30 seconds just to finish this one off. Okay, please slide that one away and open or grab your reading skills vocab test. Reading skills vocab test. Okay, you can see this little guy that I've sent you. This is called a quokka. He only lives on one little island in Western Australia called Rottnest. And he's a cute little fluffy little thing, and he loves having selfies taken. So I thought you would be interested to learn a little bit about my quokka friend. So we're going to start with the word clothes. And again, these is for your reading test. So it's very important that you can spell the words correctly. You will lose marks if you do not spell the words correctly. Vulnerable, nocturnal, characteristics, mammal, and marsupial. The quokka is one of Australia's most famous animals. It carries its young in its pouch and is a warm-blooded animal, and so is both a and a. Preferring to forage at night, it is mostly. Its main are its teddy bear face, brown fur, and round ears. They are not at the moment, but we still must protect them, especially from tourists. So make sure you use the context to answer these questions and you put the correct word into the correct area. Next, we will do a definition match. Again, these definitions have come directly from an English dictionary. Subconscious, subliminal, embedded, phenomenon, persuasion. And the definitions: affecting someone's mind without their being aware of it. Fixed firmly and deeply in a surrounding mass, implanted. The action or process of influencing someone to do or believe something. Part of the mind which one is not fully aware, but which influences one's actions and feelings. A fact or situation that is observed to exist or happen, especially one whose causal explanation is in question. So just draw a line to match those correct definitions. Finally, we have cognitive, preacher, inconsistent, indoctrination, and conservative. These are just general sentences that I've come up for these. First one, lead the church congregation in mass. Mass is when you pray. Influences someone to believe something. Ability to learn something. Doesn't like change or innovation. And performance is not constantly the same. So please write which word you think fits into these correct areas. And again, I'll give you 2 minutes just to finish this aspect. Okay, so now I would like you to get both of your pieces of paper and put them together and then pass them to your partner. So to the partner that you've been working with when we do the tests. And you're going to mark each other on these as we go through the answers. So please swap with your partner, grab a red pen if you have one, a black one or a blue one if you don't, and let's get ready to answer these questions. Okay, here we go. As usual, please press pause if you need a couple more minutes just to swap your pages over. And here we go. Greenpeace and the World Wildlife Foundation are examples of NGO, which means non-governmental organisation. Two types of cancer are lung and liver. Remember, the lung is what we breathe with, and the liver is what all of our blood goes through to make sure we have nice and clean blood. Liver cancer, very, very bad. Actually, both are very bad. A plant you can smoke. No, it is not marijuana. Yes, it is tobacco. It is not good to smoke though, Alice. A molecule containing your genetic code is known as your DNA. Salted fish and alcohol are known to be dangerous. Carcinogens. Carcinogens, which means that they can cause cancer. Let's see if we can match these. Okay. So invested. Oh, hang on. Sorry. So to move from one place to another is relocation. Prosperous and growing, getting better or doing well means that it is thriving. Enlarge or vary the range of products or the field of operation is diversify. A plan or suggestion is a proposal. Including or dealing with all or nearly all elements or aspects of something means that it is comprehensive. And to provide or endow someone with something is to be invested in them or to invest with them. So again, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that can be a score out of 6. And this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I count that wrong? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as well. There we go. So we've got 2 out of 6. Don't you love this pen? It's fabulous. Okay, and the next one, the genomes of cancer cells change a person's DNA. Cancer can be caused by external factors such as pollution or internal factors such as genetics. Fortunately, with advances in DNA, individuals can get an early, sorry, it should be diagnosis, but diagnosed would be there, that reduces the risk of death by cancer. Cancer treatment, though, can have a negative impact on your immune system, and so you might get more infections. And so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of here, which hopefully adds up to 17. So please add your person's marks up and give them a mark out of 17. I'll give you a quick minute to do that. Okay, hopefully you've finished that bit. If not, again, please feel free to pause the video for a second just so you can finish marking and then move on to reading skills. Okay, here we go. So, the quokka is one of Australia's most famous animals. It carries its young in its pouch and is a warm-blooded animal, and so is both a marsupial. Now, marsupial comes first because the first thing we've talked about carries its young in its pouch, which means the first one would be marsupial. Then we mentioned that it's warm-blooded, so the second one would be mammal. Now, they must be in the right order. If they're not, if you've put mammal and then marsupial, that would be wrong, okay? So it must be marsupial and then mammal. Preferring to forage at night. It is mostly, so forage at night means that it's mostly nocturnal. And that would fall here. Its main characteristics are its teddy bear face, brown fur, and round ears. They are not vulnerable at the moment, but we still must protect them, especially from evil, terrible tourists. Okay, let's do a definition match. Affecting someone's mind without their being aware of it is subliminal. Affecting someone's mind without them being aware of it is subliminal. Fixed firmly and deeply in a surrounding mass, implanted. That falls into embedded. The action or process of influencing someone to do or believe something is persuasion. Part of the mind which one is not fully aware, but which influences one's actions and feelings, is your subconscious. And finally, phenomenon is a fact or situation that is observed to exist or happen, especially one whose cause and explanation is questioned. So you don't know why it's happened, and therefore we call it a phenomenon. Finally, lead the church congregation in mass is the preacher. Influences someone to believe something is indoctrination. Someone indoctrinates you. The ability to learn something is your cognitive ability, so ability to use your brain. Someone who doesn't like change or innovation would be conservative. And finally, performance is not constantly the same, means that they are inconsistent. So sometimes they're good and sometimes they're bad. And that will be a mark out of 15, so I would like you to mark all of those. Once you've done that, I would like everybody to send me through your 2 marks, and please write it as follows. So it might be 11 out of 17, so that I know that this is for your listening, and you might get 11 out of 15, and I'll know that that is for your reading, so that I can see how you're going if we need to do any further tests. Wonderful. Thank you very much for that. I look forward to getting your results, and I will see you in the next class.